Good morning to the Chitas of today. We're holding the portion of Shlach. The first portion, the portion of Shlach. We're holding on chapter 13, verse number 1 in the book of Bamidbar. God spoke to Moshe saying, Shlach lecha Noshim, send people. Yasura said it's Canaan, and let them search out, let them scan, spy the land of Canaan. Nesi, Asher Anechi Nesein, which I am giving to Livnei Yisrael. Ish Echad, one man per Lamata Avesav, to tribes of the families. To Shlocha Yishra, send Kol Nasi Behem, their heads in with them. Now she says, what's the connection between the portion of the spies and the portion of Midian? Because she was punished on Lashon Hara, slander, speaking against Moshe Rabbeinu. These people should have realized that if you were punished speaking against Moshe Rabbeinu, you're surely going to be punished speaking against Eretz Yisrael. Shlach lecha. Ashi says, what means lecha to you, ledaitcha, according to your understanding? I'm not commanding you, but if you wish, you may send. Because the Jews came to Moshe and said, send men ahead of us. As it says, all of you approached me. Moshe Rabbeinu took counts with the Shechina, and God said, I told them that it's a good. As it says, I will bring you to bring you off an affliction of Egypt. By your lives now, I'll give you an opportunity to make a mistake. And you're going to mistake in the spies, and you will not inherit it. Moshe Rabbeinu sent them. Midbar Paran from the desert of Paran. Alpi Hashem, on the mouth of God. Kulam Anoshim Roshim Salema. They were all heads of the Jewish people. Now she says, Alpi Hashem, B'Rishusay, with God's permission. Shleika Yada, he didn't stop him. Kulam Anoshim, whatever it says Anoshim in the pasuk, it denotes importance. At that time, they were virtuous. These were the names. Lamate Reuven, to the tribe of Reuven, was Shamua ben Zakur. Lamate Shimon, Shaphat ben Chedi. Lamate Yehuda, Kaleb ben Yefuna. Lamate Yisachar, Gigel ben Yosef. Lamate Ephraim, Hosea ben Nun. Lamate Zevulun, Gadiel ben Seidi. Lamate Menashe, Gadi ben Susi. Lamate Don, Amiel ben Gemali. Lamate Osher, Sisar ben Michal. Lamate Naftali, Nachbi ben Vovsi. Lamate Gad, Gemuel ben Mochi. Verse 16. These are the names of the people that Moshe Rabbeinu sent. Losses order to scout out the land. Vayikra Moshe Rabbeinu called Leisheh ben Yeshua. Now she said, why did he change his name? L'spalalav, he prayed on him. Yah means that the Eibishter, Yudke, he added the Yud to his Hey. Yeshiach Hashem etzas meragim, that may Eibush to protect you from the counsel of the spies. Vayishlach Moshe Rabbeinu sent them losses orders to scout out the land. Also said it's Canaan, scout out the land of Canaan. He told them, Aluza Banega, go up into the south. Valisam Esar, and climb up to the mountain. Now she says he started them off in the inferior part of the land. He said first he brought them to the so to say not the beauty of Eretz Yisrael, and this was a custom of the merchants to show the inferior goods until they'll come to Eretz Yerushalayim, and then they'll see the beauty of the land. But look at the land. Mahi, what is this land? Look at the people of the land. Are they strong men? Are they weak in them? Are they few? They're a lot. Now she says some countries rear strong people and some countries rear weak people. Some produce large population and some small population. He gave them a sign. If they live in open cities, it's a sign they're strong because they trust on their strength. If they live, they rely on their might. If they live in fortified cities, then they're relying on the walls. And what are the people that live in the city? Are they good? I mean, it's the land itself. Is it a good land? It is a bad land. What kind of mountains are there? Have a machdim? Are there in camps? Or they are open on fortress? Now she's a machnim, mafitzim. What does it mean again? The open cities, open valleys, and open mountains. Hatoivi, b'mayonis, and springs. Do they have springs and good healthy water sources? Verse 20, so what is the land itself? Hashmeni, is it fat? Imraza, is it lean? Hayesh ba'etz, is there a tree there? Im ayin, there's no tree. V'hischazaktem, and take strength. Ulakachtem and priyaretz, and take from the fruits of the land. Vayomim, yimei bikuda novim, in the time of that season when the first grapes began to ripen. Rashi says, Hayesh ba'etz, one means a tree. It should have said trees. If it has one tree, that doesn't gain anything. But the Rashi says that Moshe Rabbeinu meant, is there a righteous man? Does it have a tree? Does it have a worthy man who protect them in his merit? Rashi says there was a season that the grapes begin to ripe in the first stage of their growth. And that completes the Chumash for today. We now go to the Tanya of today, and we are holding chapter 5. No, that was yesterday. Actually, on Friday, my mistake, I learned with you chapter 5, which was the Shabbos Chitas, but okay. We're holding chapter 6. Early in chapter 4, the Alter Rebbe explained that the supernal attribute of Chesed and Gevurah, that form of finding expression in the fusion of the divine life force that creates and animates created beings, and the latter find expression obscure of this life force from them, so that they can see themselves as independent existing beings, both possess one source. That's what we've been explaining. He explained that since these two attributes are essentially one, the tzimtzum of Gevurah does not truly conceal, for an entity cannot conceal itself on itself. It conceals itself on the recipient, but it doesn't conceal itself. So the Midas HaChesed and Midas HaGevurah are who they are, even as they come down into the world. All this applied to Chesed and Gevurah in the state in which they are found within the source. One might have a think that in the revealed state, whether in the Sphira or in the mortal Midah or attribute, there are indeed two separate and opposite entities, revelation and concealment respectively. Alter Rebbe therefore goes on to say in this chapter that even when these attributes are revealed, they are still in the state of histalkus, mutually incorporated, and both serve to bring about one result, a physical world with corporal creatures. Were the divine life force to be revealed within these creatures, they would be completely nullified within their source. There would be nothing as a created being. Thus, the ultimate purpose of Tzimtzum, brought about by Gevurah, is also motivated by Chesed. For this concealment makes creation possible. Gevurah and Chesed are thus joined in a state of mutual incorporation. What makes this fusion possible is the fact that they're both united with Ohr Ein Sof, the light of Ein Sof. Hence, even when they are revealed state and appear to be two separate entities, they are essentially one, because in their source they are one. And that's what the Alter Rebbe is going to explain. Shem Elokim, we mentioned the concept of Shem Havaya, Yud Kei Vav Kei. The Alter Rebbe explained is the Midas HaChesed. Shem Elokim, the name of Elokim, who Shem Midas HaGevurah is the attribute of Gevurah, strength. But Tzimtzum, which is the concept of Tzimtzum, contraction. So each name of God denotes a particular divine attribute. The name pronounced Kale, for example, is also indicates the attribute of chesed. As the verse states, a kindness of kale endures throughout the day. Likewise, a name indicated by the attribute Gehura and Tzimtzum is Elikim, meaning when the light of Ein Sof garbs itself in the attribute of Gevura, it brings about its own symptom and concealment. It's known as the name Elikim, and that's Midas. That's the name Elikim in Chassidus and Kabbalah is Midas HaGevura. And therefore, ultimately, that's why another reason, that's why the numerical value of the word Elikim equals 86, which is also the word Hateva, which is nature. So nature signifies the order of way of the world. So it's not only that in Kabbalistic is it Shem Elikim is Gevura, but also in its numerical value. It's also the concept of Gevura. Nature, because it's nature, because it's repetitiveness. People become accustomed to it, and it arouses no sense of wonder. No thought is given to divine power and life force, which is concealed within things. Really, the greatness, we look at the wonder. The greatest wonder is that I woke up today in the morning. The greatest wonder is that I'm breathing. The greatest wonder is that that things function in my body the way they're supposed to function, and that's really the great wonder. But we take it for granted, and we're right because we say that's nature. That's the way it's natural, but that's not true. So somebody Chas Shalom gets sick, they realize that's not nature. It's a miraculous event, which is established because when something's repetitive by a human being, it becomes a second nature. And that's the way it is. For it, the divine name Elokim conceals the supernal light that brings the world into existence and gives it light. So it's hidden in nature. Supernal light constantly creates the world like a feat more with wondrous than the spilling of the sea. As we explained before, the divine name Elokim, however, conceals this light, so not be visible to created beings. That people won't be living with miracles, but they will be living within the natural form of the world. And that's what it should be. We shouldn't have to come out to miracles. The Gemara says, we shouldn't have to rely on miracles. We should live a normal life. The Eibishter put the world into a normal existence. That's the way we should live. It appears that as the world exists, without having the constant renewed, as if a permanent program. That's it. This is the way nature every day. The Torah says itself. Day and night's never going to change. And we get up every day, we go to sleep every night, and everybody has the same schedule. And that's the way it is. And it's conducted according to the laws of nature. That's nature. And we fool ourselves to think that once we do it every day, the same thing over and over again, that this is what's going to be. And that's it. There's nothing wondrous about it. This is normal. Independent of any supernatural influence. We believe Pashut. That's the way it is. Even the rain, it says the rain comes from HaKadosh Baruch Hu straight to one of the keys of God. It's nature. We have the skies and the constant. We have all good reasons why it rains. But really the truth is, rain is Min HaShamayim. That's why we pray for rain. So thus, even those things which we observe to undergo some degree of renewal also proceed as a way of nature. In so much as they follow seemingly immutable laws. That's it. That's why they red rain, because of participation, whatever, the sun, the moon, I don't know. I'm not a rainologist. So Chassidus explains that the word teva, nature, has a number of meanings, including entrenched, submerged. This means that the law of nature are so entrenched in creation that it's difficult to detect the ongoing process of its renewal. Additionally, just as its submerged object is completely concealed by the water, so to the divine force, life force is utterly submerged and concealed within created beings. Shem Elikim Zed, the name Elikim, not as it exists in a supernal source, but as it acts through the attribute of Gevura, so that the world appears to be conducted in a natural manner. is the shield and the sheath of the name of Havaya Yud Kei Vav Kei. What does that mean? The divine name Havaya, as mentioned earlier, explained in the verse, for the sun and the shield is Havaya and Elikim, is like a illumination of sun, while the name Elikim conceals its light, as does the sun shield, thereby enabling created beings to benefit from it. So the shield is not made just to hide the sun. The shield is made to hide the sun for a purpose, that we should be able, this world should be able to enjoy the light of the sun. If the Eibush took away its shield, then you'll really understand what global warming is. So the Eibush puts the world in a shield, that Baruch Hashem, we can live and enjoy this world. So too, the Eibush, so to say, created a shield. The shield is Elikim, and that gives the capability for the Ur of Havaya, to be able to come into the world, and we should enjoy it. That should create the world from nothing to something. So conceal the life force that flows from the name of Havaya and bring creation to existence from naught. This being the purpose of Havaya, to create the world, as we explained in the previous chapter, Havaya, Yud Kei Vav Kei, is the concept of Mahave, that is creates, and Yud is continuous to creation, meaning bringing into existence. This light, life force, is concealed by Shem Elikim. Not that it takes away the Shem Havaya. Not that it cuts off Shem Havaya. Elikim cannot cut off Shem Havaya because Elikim is part of Shem Havaya. But it gives the capability. It shouldn't reveal itself to the Nevroim. That's what it does. Not that it cuts Shem Havaya, not that it pushes away Shem Havaya, not that it conceals even the Shem Havaya. Shem Havaya cannot be concealed. It conceals it from us. It's a shield, like a person who has a shield. Because if there was revealed, which would thereby become absolutely nullified, if it was revealed, then what behind the shield, what's on the other side of the shield, would be totally nullified. Since it's only through the concealment affected by the Shem Elikim that created being is able to exist. So then, if you think about it, if you understand this concept, so this Shem Elikim, this Gevura, and this Tzimtzum, is the aspect of kindness. You need to thank God for Shem Elikim, because the world is in existence because of Shem Elikim. Bereshis bara Elikim. Because of Shem Elikim, you have Bereshis bara Elikim, as Shamayim v'Saretz. You have the creation of the heavens and the earth because of Shem Elikim. So Shem Elikim, which we call Midas HaGevura, is really Midas HaChesed too. So this illusion, and the verse states, for I declare that the world was built through the attribute of Chesed, for so much of the world could not possibly have been created without the tzimtzum and concealment afforded by the divine Elikim. It follows that the ultimate intent of the tzimtzum is also Chesed, is also kindness. And this is the concept of Gura Kalula B'Chesed, which is included in Chesed. Gevura Sheb'Chesed. Meaning that this form of Gevura, through which acts of Chesed is accomplished, as such is included in Chesed. This is called Gevura Sheb'Chesed. That's the end of the Tanya for today. Today is the 17th day of the week, I believe, month. Am I right? Today is the 17th day of the month, which the chapters are chapter 83 to chapter 87. Chapter 83 to chapter 87. I wish you a wonderful day. Midshem at 10 a.m. You're welcome to come to Chabad. We'll continue to learn Tanya in depth. And we're holding still chapter 21 of Tanya. And you're all welcome to come at 10 a.m. to Chabad or on Zoom. Sure, have a beautiful, wonderful week.